I was in Mulver and Lexia. I believe 6
Wow.
or 7.
Wow.
I was trying to do like 10, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'll drink coffee all day long, which is not very good to do, because then you have to make sure you have lots of lotion so you don't get dry skin.
Influencer Insight shares the battles, stories, successes of models, influencers, and entrepreneurs as they find the balance of being influential leaders today while creating long-lasting impact for the future.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another session of Influencer Insights, where I have Jasleen out from Vancouver. She's a model and a mom and doing all kinds of cool things out in that part of the world. So we're really glad to have you on tonight, Jasleen, telling about your story and how you became a model and how that's going for you. So welcome.
Thank you.
Would you mind just telling us a little bit about yourself as we get into this? Again, tell us about your kids and how you got started modeling and that sort of thing, just so everybody knows where you're coming from.
Okay, so I started modeling. Like, my name is Jasleen. I go by Snee sometimes, but I started modeling when I was 19. We did a commercial for a financial credit union.
Oh.
We were advertising. It was during the fall season.
Yep.
So when they're having all the terms and RESPs, we did a commercial for that. It's me and 2 other people. And after that, we did some modeling at home and stuff, but it wasn't really continuing on with magazines and commercials, because we were just focusing on family and things like that. And then we were studying. I was studying for my finance classes and stuff. And then I ended up doing a few magazines. I joined Numa after I went to Blanche McDonald, the beauty school in Vancouver.
Was that a year-long, 2-year-long course, or was it?
It was a year-long course. So it was aesthetics and stuff.
Sure.
So it was little bits of everything that you know how to do, your spa cleaning and stuff like that, and your makeup and just eyebrows and all that. So it's a beauty school pretty much.
Gave you a little bit of an overview of the whole beauty esthetician sort of stuff in one package.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, cool. And cosmetic kitchen, making cosmetic things at home that you can use.
Really?
So it kind of intertwined with the modeling, because when I was there, I signed up for Numa, and then I got into a few magazines. So I did
19. You found yourself when the opportunity came up to be in the commercial. Was it something that did they spot you, or were you just working there, or how did it connect that you were able to get on the commercial?
The commercials? Oh, we were elected by our managers. They chose us for the magazine, but yeah.
And then as you developed, you kind of saw that, hey, maybe there's something to take in this. And did you take the schooling after you did the commercial, or was that before?
After the commercial, we were already doing schooling, financial classes and stuff, because we were working there too. And then we left, I left, and I went back to school for a bit and focused on family. Yeah. We were doing science classes and stuff. And then with the science, I intertwined it with the beauty school.
Okay.
And then that was a 1-year program.
Sure.
And then with that, I started doing the modeling stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how long between 19 and getting into the magazines, into print and that sort of thing?
Into print?
Yeah.
Few years, 10 years.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you kind of stuck it out for a while.
I had kids in between, so it's kind of I was focusing on them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty exciting. And the kids are how old again?
They're 10, 11. One is 11. So yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Are they into modeling yet, or are they watching mom do that?
Yeah, my daughter is in modeling as well. The younger one, she just got into Epic magazine.
Good for her.
EPIC magazine. It's a kids magazine.
Okay.
So her magazine with her in it just came out during spring and Easter time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of gets her off to a good start in the foundation for the industry anyway, right? So
yeah, and then she's doing a modeling show too in June.
Right on. Good for her. Well, that's exciting. How did what's your background a little bit there, Jasleen? Was it, is this something that as a kid you had ever wanted to do, or was it acceptable in your family and that sort of thing, or?
Yeah, they would take photos of us and stuff, and we were modeling. We didn't really know when we were little where we were going though, but yeah, they were fine with it. They wanted to they're like, maybe you should do something more, like a lawyer, doctor, or something like that.
Right. The big name
They were
things all the time.
totally like my mom was pretty supportive of it, and the kids are fine too. And then then I have science class background too, which helps with the skin and stuff, like all the aesthetics things combined together
Okay.
for the modeling and stuff like that.
Are you making your
And
own?
then I started making these soap thingies, like
That's what I was
homemade
gonna ask.
soap,
Perfect.
and
Cool.
they're like it's chemical free.
Okay. Cool.
So it's like made of soy milk and like oatmeal and stuff like that. But it's really good for you. It
Nice.
has no chemicals in it at all.
Okay. So do you have an online
So I
store and
learned
stuff?
that from school.
Do you have an online store and stuff set up for selling them, or do you?
I did, yeah. But I took some time off from
Okay.
doing stuff, so I have to get back into reassigning this cosmetic kitchen soap. But it's really good. Like I'll make it as a hobby and just give it to friends and stuff.
Cool. So is
But,
that something you'd like to expand in the future, or you're kind of just happy to do it for the hobby?
I might add it on to my career. So like while I'm doing stuff, I might do this for fun, and then I could sell it too. Because I did have it up for like a month or two where I was selling it, but then like some things came up at home, and then I stopped doing it. But I need to get back into fixing the website and get it going, because then I just started doing it for fun, like as a hobby and stuff.
Well, that's what it's all about, though, right? All of those things come together. Some of that can support whether you're doing some modeling on the side. I mean, what a great fit, right? That you can sell the product you have, right? So
yeah.
cool. So what? I guess what are some really cool shoots and stuff you've gotten to do? Like getting into a magazine, what did it take to get you there?
I usually ask like a few of the photographers, like kind of use the same photographers, like you become friends with them.
Yep.
And then I just looked out for like some promotions or specials, like when I was first starting to do it, if they had any like promotions or special deals. And then and then it ends up being fun, because when you're friends with the photographer, then it's like doesn't really feel like you're just doing it for work. It's like more fun because you're hanging out with them too.
Yep.
And they have studios and stuff that we'd go to and do photo shoots. Some of it was through the work. Like I think 2 or 3 of them was through work, through the agency. And then
did you get to go to
just sent those ones to the magazine.
Okay, cool. Were the agency book shoots, were they at a studio or were they outdoors, or?
The agency? Those ones are studio too.
Yeah.
And then the other ones were like they were outdoors. Like she had props and stuff. So she would bring like a minivan and stuff, like those retro ones that you see in like retro movies and stuff. So yeah.
Where would you, if you were gonna recommend to somebody getting started looking at modeling, thinking about taking some, test shoots and that kind of thing?
I think it's I would recommend, like, if you're interested in that, to start off young, and then when you're starting off young, to continue on. Like there's a big gap in between for mine. I was like I was focusing on, I had family young, like I was 20. And then so what happens is, like, if you're focusing on it young, then there's more classes and stuff open,
right?
Like opportunities and stuff.
Yeah.
Then you can like do aesthetic school. Like I'd recommend that, because they look at that and then it looks like you're more interested in doing that.
Yes.
It's good, but you have to network a lot, and you have to be able to have that free time to go out and meet people and have like those meetings.
Sure.
And then you can kind of you like go somewhere with it. Otherwise, it's more like, it's really fun to do. It's like a fun thing to do.
Cool. What have been some good ways for you of finding doing the networking, getting out? What kind of places do you go to connect with people?
I would go to places like where my agency is recommending, just so it's safe to network and stuff.
So there's some industry
or like networking mainly through like your photographer and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or other apps and stuff. But it's always good to have like like if you're still like go to school and stuff and do something like that, just in case, because sometimes it can like have a big blotch or like a glitch in the middle where it's a little bit slow. So I don't know, like from my experience, I kept getting a few glitching things happening. But
Takes time
yeah,
to build the career, I think, a little bit, right? So,
but it's a lot of fun and stuff to do. So
what do you like most about it when you go modeling?
I think you kind of get to express yourself in different forms and stuff, and you can be as creative as you want. When you're first getting started, you play a little bit more safe. But I noticed that like the more you do it, the more fun it is. You use props and makeup and all this other things. Um, but yeah, I think
So,
yeah.
in your look and your aesthetic, what you're kind of going, what Jasleen is looking to build in her portfolio, like, are you looking to kind of do more standard commercial shoots, or do you really like the artistic vibe and that sort of thing when you're developing and creating? Or
I think all of them, like the artistic stuff, is cool too. Mine is a little bit more on the safer side.
okay,
But I think mine, like over the next year or so, might expand into something like different. Like,
cool.
but yeah,
What are some cool brands or something that you've been able to work with throughout this time? Oh,
it's fashion and art magazine. So yeah,
okay.
I
Is
didn't
that
really apply to the brands yet.
no?
Like,
That's okay.
I just started doing it too, like a year or two ago. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, if you're making an
Like I know
impact,
they're having like the Miss Universe and stuff coming up, and then the Vogue thing coming up, Vogue Runway.
right?
I know the application's just open to that too. I didn't apply yet, but I probably should look into what the requirements are. It'd be fun.
Any of those
But yeah,
opportunities are definitely worth it, and if it fits in with your kind of look and vibe and aligns with where you want to go, I think those are great ideas to get involved with, right? So
yeah, yeah. I've just been doing magazines because I would get dizzy every time they had like a runway coming up. I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah, it's a lot of work going to a fashion show because there's fittings,
Yeah.
rehearsals, and the whole bang, right? So
Mhm.
have you been able to do any runway stuff before, or is it
I think yeah, probably when I was little though. It's been a long time.
okay?
I
No,
was
that's
just
all right.
starting to get back into that stuff, like work and school and all that. I just been doing magazines, like photo shoots with my friends, and then posting into sending to magazines. But
Nice. What do other people around you think about modeling? So your friends or people you run into maybe at work and that kind of thing. Like, what's the
they see
general?
it as fun. Like they see it as a fun career, like a
Mhm.
fun job and stuff. But I think like I don't know. I think they think it's fun. I didn't really ask them.
Sometimes people give you feedback whether you're looking for it or not. So
Yeah, it
just
depends on who you're asking in the family. Yeah.
okay. Sometimes some people have some negative connotations, I'm sure too. So
On the magazine? No, no. I think they're fine now. Like I don't really know what to say.
your experience doing modeling and stuff like that, like have you done quite a bit of TFP and that sort of thing, or have you done paid shoots all the way through, or
No, it's just the pages in the art, fashion and art magazines. I haven't really expanded to other stuff. Yeah. Like I applied to a few of the positions in Vancouver. So
okay,
we'll see how that goes.
see where that goes.
Aritzia brands and stuff. But the funny thing is, like, I applied to Aritzia brand because they were hiring for it, and then they said they were closing the stores.
Oh,
So yeah.
interesting.
Mm.
Maybe this world of online stuff, maybe they're all gonna take everything into e-commerce. You never know.
Yeah. So that's really weird because of the COVID and stuff. So much stuff is closing.
Yeah, the world is still not quite back to normal, no matter what we'd hope it to be at this point, I guess. Anyway, so
Yeah.
what's something people don't know about Jasleen?
I don't really know. Kind of an open book. I just I'm working on the soap stuff here, and then a few magazines, and then I did science. I have a science background.
Do you use the science in help with the modeling and the soap development?
The science is good, like so you know how to stay healthy. Like you eat healthy, you exercise, and you take care of your skin and stuff.
Okay.
But the thing, modeling is really fun, but sometimes it can get stressful because it's competitive. You get kind of like, okay, am I doing this right? Because I'm not doing it like as fast enough. Because
Right.
some people are getting into some of the programs or the events faster than others are.
Yes.
So it's just kind of like you have to think of it more as in it being fun than like too competitive, because then you get upset because if you don't get it and stuff.
I like that.
So you have to just think of it as a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And it also has requirements and restrictions. Like some people may get it because it depends on your age too, or
Right.
like your height or something. But if one event is hiring for a certain age and height, there's another program they'll be hiring a different group of ages and height. So you have to look at it like that too, because if one is like, oh, I didn't get into that, but it was like, oh, but the age was 5-year-old to 10-year-old, and then they have another one next month from 10-year-old to 12-year-old.
Yeah.
So you have to look at that too and not get upset. You just have to stay positive, I guess, right?
Right.
And those kind of things.
What are some ways that you like to, and it might be outside of modeling as well, but what are some ways that you like to stay positive and combat the negative thoughts?
I just listen to music, and then we
What kind of
just
music
like
do you like
to
listening
go to cafes and stuff. Music, anything like calming, anything calming, like
Yeah, peaceful river music floating on
like Frank
Spotify.
Sinatra. I don't know.
Oh, Frank Sinatra.
Like pop
Okay.
music.
Okay.
I like to listen to more music that doesn't have lyrics.
Just to listen to the vibration and the sound and
just the music, but no
Okay.
lyrics works for me. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty cool. And then you go to cafes and stuff like that to kind of hang out and chill out in between.
Yeah, I just like to eat their food. Really, I don't know. Everything else gives me a stomach ache.
Fair enough. Yeah. What studying science and how the body works and that kind of thing? What are some tips that you'd give just about anybody to help them in their physical form, I guess, improve?
I think if you are like, if you are exercising and you're getting enough sleep, and then you're eating, you're fine. Like, I think that's just the main thing. Like, sleep is like you get your rest, you get your beauty sleep, like Beauty and the Beast, and then like, yeah, and then eat well, and then you feel good. Like, just keep toxins out of your body, and then you'll feel better.
What are some toxins that you found are good to eliminate?
I don't have any toxins in my body because I don't smoke or drink. And then aside from like we use vitamin E lotion on the skin.
Sure.
Like aloe vera ones, but that's even healthy too. And then we have the soap that we're using. So we don't have much toxins in our body. We try to stay healthy. I think the coffee is probably the thing that is not good for us that we are taking. Yeah.
Are you like
they say caffeine is not good for you?
Probably not. Are you like me where you like drink a pot of coffee before 10 o'clock in the morning, or is it
I'll drink coffee all day long.
Okay.
Which is not very good to do because then you have to make sure you have lots of lotion so you don't get dry skin. But we don't drink or smoke.
Tell me a little bit.
We don't drink alcohol or anything.
Good
so
for you.
No toxins in that way.
Tell me a little bit about the connection between dry skin and coffee. That's interesting.
Coffee, as they say, caffeine makes your skin very dry. So if you're having coffee and stuff, like a lot of coffee, you might notice your skin on your face, like your forehead first will show it first, your forehead and stuff. So you need to moisturize a lot when you are drinking coffee. Like after a shower, you moisturize your skin, your hands and your foreheads and stuff.
Okay.
So we are always moisturizing. So I always have lotion here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So for you, drinking coffee all day, you moisturize 3-4 times a day, or?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And you have to brush too, so you don't get the coffee stains on your teeth. So I'm brushing my teeth like 3-4 times a day, and they probably think I'm cuckoo, but I have my reasons why I'm doing that.
Well, you want to look good in the photo, right? And white teeth really do help that way. So
yeah, it's good. It's preventative.
Absolutely.
Like more treatments for.
Do you have any special toothpaste that you create for yourself to use? Or
No. It's just so they can say coffee can be bad for you too in a way. But yeah.
Yes, it absolutely can.
Yeah. Exercise is very important though, I think. Like exercise and eating well.
Okay. What do you do to
Even
exercise?
just brisk walking. Just brisk walking or just a few like 20 minutes of just some weightlifting or something like that. I think is helpful, yeah.
Those small things every day add up to big things in the long run, right?
Yeah. And then having like positive environment around too, like getting your kids to watch TV, like good shows like VeggieTales and things like that is helpful.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Do you find that the kids behave more positively when they're watching better programming and that sort of thing, or?
I think so. Yeah, I think it influences them too. Like how we have influencers, like coaching, influencing, and all that. I think it does.
What does being an influencer mean to you?
I think it's trying to encourage positivity in individuals' lives so they can move forward and go like do what they want to do and stuff.
Sure.
And I think it's like a way to see how others' experiences were and how challenges were handled, and then or you can prevent things from happening in your story by listening to others' stories of what happened.
Yeah.
So I think positive influencing coaching is good because sometimes you want to talk to about doing something, but you don't want to talk to certain people about it because then it might not have a good positive effect, because you want to talk to like somebody that's going to have positive effect, because then if you talk to the wrong person, it might have a negative impact too. So sometimes the trained professionals like influencers or coaches and all that might be able to help you moving in a positive direction.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that. So what in your own life, the efforts you've made to be more positive and optimistic and that sort of thing, have you noticed people around you coming back and responding differently to you, or coming back and thanking you, or realizing that you made an impact in somebody's life? Have you seen that in your? I think
if someone came up to me and said thank you, it'd be kind of like, okay, what for what? Right? Like, because there's a lot of funny things that happen nowadays, like when we're out and about. I'll see the funniest things happen. So, but yeah, like we get thank yous from home, like families and friends and things like that.
Sure.
If that is helpful, but I usually don't go out too much. I'm always at home. So, yeah.
No, and that's all right. That's okay. Any of those impacts in our, my wife was talking the other day about Instagram, TikTok, whatever it was, Reels kind of trending is where moms are looking as influencers, and they're saying, you know what, doesn't matter how many followers I have on social media, I've got 1, 2, 3 little people in my own house that I'm influencing every day too, right? And that's the important part.
Yeah.
Being a mom and shifting from kind of doing some career thing and some modeling into taking time to be mom, taking time away from the career and that sort of thing. Did you experience any challenges making that transition from thinking career into being a mom, or coming out of being a mom and back into the career a little bit? Has there been any things that you've experienced along the way that you do differently, or that you've learned along the way?
With that, I involve them too. So I take them with me to the photo shoots.
Cool.
And that's how my daughter got into it as well.
Okay.
I've taken my son once or twice. He wasn't really very interested.
It's not his thing.
Like, can we go home now? But my daughter was into it. So then I put her into a magazine too, because she seemed to like it. She was like really happy in the magazine. I think it's important to let them do what they want, but guide them, because if you give them the reins too much, then they'll take advantage of it, because they're still little babies too, right?
Sure.
I think that's how it's good. Like, it's the same with friends and family. You can give them like advice and stuff and like guide them a little bit, but then it's up to them what they decide.
Have you noticed in your own life, being a mom and mentoring your kids into the things that they want to do, whatever that is in their life, have you noticed that your work on the being optimistic and positive environments has been a good thing for them? Have you seen them come around and repeat some of the things that you're saying, or behave the way that you've learned to behave and stuff, and being optimistic?
I know that like they are pretty positive too. Like sometimes I feel like the kid and they're my mom and dad because they
Okay.
get take over that role. So I think it's they're doing fine. I think like school and everything, they're doing fine. My daughter started to go through a really weird phase because she was going through a growth spurt, so she wouldn't
Yeah.
go to school all the time. She kept missing so much.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I think other than that, they're doing really well.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, and that's obviously to do with
And I
the
hope it
work that
stays
you're
like
doing.
that because society changes so much and they have a big impact on kids too. So,
They do.
yeah.
And the world is in such a weird place that you get these phone things around all the time. It makes such an impact on their lives that growing up I didn't have anything near what they have to deal with now. So it's a lot of stress that way too. So
But yeah, that is very different now, the electronics and stuff. Like when we were little, we didn't have phones. We would play outside with the
yeah,
neighbors and stuff.
we go ride on something
Uh,
called a bike.
yeah. Now we just stay indoors on the bike.
Yeah,
But
now we stay
yeah,
indoors and bike.
yeah, just to be safer and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's kind of wacky out there. So tell us a little bit about the magazines that you've been in. Which ones have you done?
I was in Mover and Lexia.
Okay, how many times
Yeah.
in print?
I believe 6
Wow,
or 7.
wow.
I was trying to do like 10 and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. Yeah.
Well, 6 is really impressive. I know a few
Yeah,
people that get to 2 and 3, and they're like, "Wow, that's amazing."
I know. It's a lot of fun and stuff. And then I started putting my daughter into it too. I was
Okay,
just taking it slow. We were hanging out at home and just
sure.
focusing on family stuff. But yeah.
What are the ambitions for the next couple of years? Are you just working with your daughter? Are you still going to try and hit some different shoots and try and work with some brands or get back in magazines again? Or do you have any thoughts on the next couple of years?
We applied to a few brands and stuff, but some of the dreams and ambitions are we just working on things at home, like expanding and stuff like that. And then we'll probably try to get this soap stuff started and going too.
Yes.
Even if like just like those boxes, like the gift boxes and stuff, we might start doing that for fun. So
Sure.
you might see some of that.
That's a great idea.
And we have a counselor influencer meeting. So yeah.
No, that sounds awesome. Cool.
What about you? You said you were in magazines too?
I've been in published once. I've done a couple of things for Mark Sport Check, that kind of thing. Also in the company that I work for, I've done some advertising branding, much like yourself, in some of the campaigns and stuff we've done in the past. So yeah, a few different things over the years, and it all adds up. It's a lot of fun, and I think sometimes I'm always just sit back and try and be grateful for the opportunities because I know that not everybody gets them. And
Yeah.
when you do see them coming your way, it's a real blessing to be able to share that with other people too, right? Saying, hey, this is cool, and there's people around you that help you get there too, and you get to celebrate with them, right? So that's pretty awesome. You're making some
Yeah,
momentum.
because time is short now, so like it flies quickly.
Yes, it does.
So it's really good to if you see an opportunity to take it. Like there are a few, I think there are a few labels that I saw in the clothing line that I was interested in applying to.
Sure.
But I'm not sure if they're hiring right now, but if they are later in the future, then I might apply to them.
Good for you.
Like, when you advertise the yoga wear and then there's bathing suit wears and stuff, like, so maybe in the future.
Well, and if that aligns with some of your kind of work you do anyway at home, whether you're doing yoga or working out like that really helps out, right? So many brands in the world that way. So
yeah, there's lots of brands too. Like,
how do people, if people wanted to get a hold of you and stuff like that, Jasleen, what are some ways that people can do that to connect with you and support you in your journey or support your daughter?
Well, the magazine and stuff is like on the website.
Okay.
So if you wanted to purchase one of the magazines through the Mover website, you can.
Sure. Or
you could go onto. I have a website, so it's KAVYAR dot and then my name.
Okay.
Or you can Google me, and then I have a website, and you can see my portfolio on there, and that's for like the photographers and stuff. I usually use that before I go in and stuff, and then I will send the photos out to the magazines and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Just
like
side
to
note.
applying to work and stuff. Like if I'm like how I was telling you, apply to like one of the brands and stuff.
Yep.
I would just use those websites and stuff on
Okay.
my resume.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you found that having the website helped out or made a difference for you? And
It's more like my portfolio. So you kind of have to have a digital one.
yes.
So I kind of just use that digital one there.
Okay.
But some of my friends and stuff don't really like that up there because they get really cautious with it. But it's like you don't really it's not like something that's like always on the main page. Like you have to actually search for it in order to get it
Right. They got to come looking
loaded
for you.
there up. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
Okay. Well, then there's some security to that to yourself. There's
Yeah,
so
because
many
with
websites to go find some.
yeah, especially with this career, it can sometimes get scary too sometimes, right? But yeah.
You never know who's gonna see things or not see things or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So,
It's like the movie. Have you seen the movie Model?
yeah.
The scary movie. But yeah.
You just never know.
But those
who's
are
gonna-
just movies, right?
Most of the time, it's amazing what they portray and what really happens in reality. It's usually not quite as
Yeah.
big a deal. But
Yeah.
what about a final thought? If you were gonna leave people that are listening, maybe they're younger, maybe they're getting started in modeling, what would be something that you want to share with anybody that's listening?
I would say do what you like to do, what makes you happy and what you think is fun.
Cool.
Because if you like what you're doing, then you'll do really well at it. So,
Absolutely. Oh, beautiful words. Super. Well, thank you, Jasleen, for jumping on tonight. We do appreciate that, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the next issue of Movere or whatever comes your way. And we'll definitely put some links to your soap adventure there, entrepreneurial journey there, and to your portfolio and stuff like that. And people come support you as well. So appreciate you sharing tonight.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.